Hello, I'm Jeff Razzo, an adult teen source librarian here at Fountaindale Library, and today I'm going to show you how to put together one of these guys. And this is a Gundam model kit, or no, Gunpla for short, specifically a Goof custom from the 1996 OVA Mobile Suit Gundam MS-8 team. And I'm making this video today more just as a introduction to the hobby. Gunpla has been a growing hobby for a while now. It's very approachable because a lot of bookstores, especially Barnes & Noble, actually do carry a lot of the, say, mid-range kits. But you may see one of those and think, like, oh, those look kind of hard. But I want you to know they're very, very easy to put together. All you need is a couple tools. They require no glue, no paint. All you need is a pair of, at the very least, a pair of hobby cutters to cut parts off the rudder, and just they snap together. And they come with a detailed guide of instructions to help you put it together. So with that, we'll just cover how to make this guy. Here's everything we're going to need for this project. First we have, of course, is the kit, and it's Goof Custom. I like showing off the box because that's a bunch of neat information on it and makes a very nice set piece as well. Most important tool will be our hobby or side cutters, which are very important to getting the plastic off the rudders. A hobby knife to trim plastic. And sanding sticks or any kind of higher grade sandpaper. I think these are around 600 to 800. You might need to go up to 3,000 or more for particular detail bits. Now here's everything in the kit unwrapped. Note there's several rudders, some stickers, and some special pieces like the wire up top. Now you may be thinking that this looks very complicated, but each kit comes with a pair of instructions that can walk you through the entire process. Keep in mind you'll be looking for each part that has a letter and a number, which corresponds to a rudder and a particular part on that rudder. In this case, a 12. Here we have rudder A. And here's 12, 12A. So this is the first part we'll snip. Now when snipping, try not to cut directly onto the plastic because that tends to give an uneven cut. What you want is to be able to smooth it down after you cut. So what I'm doing here is cutting, like, having them held away from me. And here is the cut piece. Note I left little nub marks, which we can remove. After getting the bulk of it off, you might need to scrape a bit more to get as level as possible. Again, try not to gouge the plastic. What you want is level. Maybe leave a bit more for later sanding. And as a reminder, follow basic knife safety. A dull knife is a dangerous knife, so always use a nice fresh blades when you're beginning a project. And again, just because the nub was gone, we have a bit more to remove, so we try just to sand it off. Again, you're going to want a fairly high grade sandpaper, like 600 to 800 to start out. There's many different options. You can use sanding sticks. You try to go to a hobby store and get higher grades there. Okay, after cutting a bit more parts out and visual sanding, we have our first part. And like I said before, it's really not that complicated. Just cut out each part in order, follow the instructions, make sure not to lose anything, and it'll come together eventually. This point in particular took me about 4 hours. It probably could have been more if I wanted to be more detailed with the sanding. But you're free to put as much detail as you want. If you want to just snip the parts out and just leave a little of a divot, which most people are not going to notice, you can do that and just have it together fairly quickly. But if you want to put more time into it, just like I said, make sure get as smooth as possible. And you can also do a couple things like add panel lines, painting, or top coating if you want just to protect it. But at the bare minimum, snip the parts out, put them together, and you have a kit. And here we have our complete kit. As you can see, he comes with another option bit, one, the sword, and the gun. And if you want, you can also use a number of custom additional hands that the piece choose comes with. See here, we have complete closed fists, and a splayed one. That's very nice. Splayed open hand pose, makes something dramatic. But it also works with the optional grappling hook it comes with, which is actually strong enough to hold the little guy. It also comes with this really nice shield. That comes off. Not just a shield, you can use just a shield. Now you're done posing, or you want to change display out and put them away for a while. I would always recommend to keep the box. One, it just looks very nice and makes for a very nice back display for your piece. This will let you keep together all the optional bits, the optional hands and such, instructions, and if you have any, which are very common for Gunpla, some optional parts. Sometimes they're printed in such a way that there may be additional pieces that you don't use. But there's always a bit of, if you use some extra PC bits, the soft plastic, I would always, if you get these, keep these on hand for future projects, you might need them. Alright, that should be it. Thank you for joining me. Well, do what you want with it. Gunpla is freedom. It's a very open hobby. Now once you have a complete kit, all that remains is to find something fun to do with it. One of the most common things is to pose and take pictures. There's many popular modelers who do a bunch of photography with what they made over Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. And before I go, I'd like to show you some of the photography that I've done. This here is a Portanova from the 30-minute missions lines, which is also by Bandai. It's very similar to the Gundam model kits, but they're not tied to, of course, the Gundam, and they really stress modularity, so you could shove any kind you want together, and there's many different options you can work with. Then with that, thank you for watching. Have a good day.